Welcome, beautiful soul. Tonight we honor our body's winter, a time of rest, release, reflection. This practice is for your womb, your heart, your cycles, and the wise goddess within you. So settle in, feel the support beneath you, and let yourself be held. Let's go ahead and get started. Right, so I do have my little notes here, and I've got my timer ready for us for tonight's practice. You might decide you'd like to have a bolster or a cushion from your couch or pillow, any number of things that might feel sturdy enough to sort of support yourself. You don't have to use any props either. These are just optional, and I will be showing with the props. So up to you. You know your body better than me, and you know what you need better than me. So if you feel like you don't need them, don't feel like you have to have them, okay? But yes, optional bolster or a cushion. And then I do have a couple of blankets to show here. This is a very short practice. It's just 30 minutes. I don't have any music on, so feel free to turn on your own music to go with this. Light some incense, light some candles, and just get comfy and get cozy because this is what this time of our cycle is all about. All right, so let's just begin with an invocation. I invite you to find whatever posture feels comfortable for you. So if that means you are lying down flat on your back or seated upright, whatever the case may be, make it comfy, make it cozy, make it nurturing for you, okay? And when you get there, we're going to bring our eyes closed. We'll place one hand on your heart and one hand over the womb space. And just take a moment to settle. Let your bones settle into the mat, arriving in your space. Perhaps feeling your heartbeat underneath the palm of your hand, feeling the chest as it rises and falls with the breath. And feeling that beautiful energy of the womb space. Feel free to whisper this or just allow me to say it on your behalf, or you can just repeat it to yourself in your mind. Beloved body, wise and ancient, I honor your sacred winter. Here in the quiet snow of my cycle, I turn inward. I walk with the goddess of deep waters and soft darkness. She who holds the lantern in the night. She reminds me that rest is power, that release is renewal, and that bleeding is a blessing of life's endless turning. I surrender to her stillness. I surrender to her. I am safe. I am whole. I am held. And so it is. We'll take a deep breath in together. Exhale, side out through the mouth. Take a moment. When you feel ready, you can gently blink the eyes open. Allow the light to come to you. Allow the images to come to you, keeping that gaze soft. If you are on your back, I invite you to turn over onto your side and slowly make your way up to a seated posture. And from here, we will grab hold of our bolster or our cushions, and we'll bring them lengthwise on the mat, like so. Okay. You'll bring the big toes together behind you and come to sit on the heels. So here you might decide as well that you'd like to have a little bit of support on the ankles or behind the ankles. You can set a little rolled up blanket there and sit. Again, optional. You don't have to. So we'll scoot the bolster in as close as possible to the inner thighs and then just simply fold over the top of, I almost said your mat. Just fold right down the center of the bolster here. The head is going to fall in whatever direction feels good to you. And you might decide halfway through the posture that you would like to change the direction of your head, and that's totally fine. We will be here for 4 minutes. So just getting comfy. And that, go. So in this posture, just feel the womb space melt into the support beneath you. Your spine curving like a crescent moon in the night sky. Breathe down into the lower belly and the back body. And if you would like, you can envision the goddess wrapping you in her sacred cloak. She wraps her cloak around you and holds you. Wherever you are, just gently bringing yourself back into your space. And we'll take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, slowly bring the chin to rest on the bolster. Bring the hands onto the mat and begin to peel the torso up off your bolster into a seated upright posture. From here, let's move the bolster or the cushion off to the side if you're using one. And we're finding our way into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. So we'll bring the legs out in front for just a moment. Go ahead and shake out the knees, maybe wiggle the feet around a little bit and just bring that blood flow back down into the ankles and the feet. For this posture, you might like to have a couple of pillows. You can use a throw pillow if you have one available, or a couple of folded up blankets to go behind the knees. Again, you don't have to. I will show it with and without. But we'll bring the soles of the feet together like so. And you decide here. So if you'd like a little extra support behind the knees, there you go. I'll show it with a throw pillow so you can see what that might look like. Hey, it's just a little extra something for the posture. So you decide, what does your body need? What is your body asking of you for this winter? And we'll just, the hands can either rest on the ankles or around the toes. Okay. You're welcome to keep the feet further away. That's going to take out some of the intensity on the inner thighs, or you can bring them in closer to the body and you'll notice that intensifies the stretch a little bit. Let's take a deep breath in and then exhale, just gently fold over the tops of the legs. You can allow the head to rest on top of the feet. If you want to continue using your bolster or cushion, you can. You would just place the bolster on top of the feet and then allow your head to rest on top, okay? So we will be here for another 4 minutes. So in this pose, I just invite you to imagine the hips as winter lakes. Still, quiet, holding deep reserves of wisdom beneath the frozen surface. And with every exhalation, I encourage you to relax the pelvic floor. So just thinking softness in the pelvic floor, wisdom in the hips, release. Here for now. Perfect. Wherever you are, just coming back to this time, this space. On your next exhale, we'll gently start to roll up, just allowing the vertebrae to stack one on top of the other. The head and the neck will come up last. I need to move your hair out of your face like me. And we'll come back onto the hands, just windshield wiper the knees back and forth, just a little counter movement for that deep lower back and inner thigh shape that we just took. Perfect. So making our way now into caterpillar pose. You're welcome to do this with or without the bolster. I'm going to show with since this is more restorative winter time. So we'll bring the bolster or the cushion horizontally along the mat. Legs stretch out over the top or extend forward. From here, you'll just gently start folding over the top of your legs and just sort of feel the spine curve, almost like a creature hibernating so it can conserve its energy for the warmth. So you're welcome to stay here with a bolster. You don't have to have a bolster at all. You can bring legs extended out in front and simply round down, grabbing hold of the soles of the feet or the ankles or the calves, whatever is available to you. You can also just keep a little bend in the knees and reach for the legs that way as well. So lots of options here. We will be here for 5 minutes. So whatever shape you decide to take, just make sure it's one that feels comfortable enough for you to let go in for the next 5 minutes. Sort of just conserve your energy. Think hibernation, think warmth. And in this quiet space, I invite you to bring to mind the energy of snow falling softly outside of a cabin window. Bring that stillness, that quiet into your being, that energy of into your bones and your muscles and your fascia and your tendons. It's time to rest. Might also decide if you're using the bolster that you might want a little extra support underneath the head, in which case you can take a blanket or pillow even and use it as sort of like a little helper here. So resting the head, the forehead on the pillow or the blanket if you want. Perfect. Let's take a deep breath in here and then exhale. Just gently start to roll yourself up. Head and neck will come up last. It's a very gentle movement. We don't want to give ourselves whiplash. Just yanking the head back. Perfect. So you might decide you want to do a little windshield wiper motion again here. Maybe you'd like to do a little twist here. Ooh, that feels lovely. Again, do what feels right for you. Okay. Now grab hold of your bolster. Again, you don't have to. And if you don't have a bolster, you're basically just going to lie flat, but come down onto your back first. If that's the case, we're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together. And you're welcome again to place some support behind the knees if you feel like you would like that this evening. But the bolster is going to come up right against the sacrum, and you're slowly finding your way back, okay? On all the way down. I'm just grabbing my phone so as to keep time here. From here, I invite you to place one hand perhaps on the womb, one hand on the heart, and just feeling the heart as it gently lifts up toward the sky. Let's do a couple of cleansing breaths. Deep breath in here through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do one more. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel free to keep your hands where they are, or you can allow them to come down onto the floor or the mat beneath you. I invite you just to imagine a glowing ember right in the womb space. And you notice that with every breath in, that ember grows a bit brighter and it gets just a bit warmer. And that energy just moves very freely and effortlessly in perfect harmony with your body, with your timing, with your life. I invite you just to release any tension in the jaw, in the tongue, any muscles in the face that are clenched. Invite softness, openness, love. From here, take a deep breath in and then exhale, sigh it out, and we'll gently bring the knees closed, almost like we're closing a book. I invite you just to roll over onto one side or the other. It got very, very dark in here. I apologize for that. We're going to grab hold of a blanket or maybe one of your pillows and place it between the knees, like so. I feel like y'all might not be able to see me. Give me just a second. Let me open this for a minute. Maybe that helps. Haha, it does help. Okay. So we'll take our blanket or the pillow and place it between the knees and slowly come down onto your back. You can use the forearms for support as you do. I invite you from here to bring the knees up and then just roll them gently over toward the right side. And then your arms are going to come out in a T position and you'll look over that left shoulder. So a little twisting posture here. And then feel free to grab hold of the left knee with the right hand. So that will help deepen the twist just a little bit here. And if you don't want to use anything between the thighs, you certainly don't have to. You can just remove it and come back into your twisting pose. If that left hand feels funny in a T position, you can put a bend in the elbow for a half goalpost arm if that feels better to you. And my timer was away from me. I got all messed around here because of the lighting. But we're only here for 2 minutes. And in this posture, we're feeling that nice release in the lower back. You might have noticed a little cracking along the spine as well. And then just the twisting pose itself is such a great way to sort of detox the internal organs because it gives them a gentle massage. So you're welcome to say in this posture something along the lines of, I release what no longer serves me. I let go of what no longer serves me. Anything along those lines. When we think of winter, the trees have let go of their leaves. Everything is sort of dead and it's very quiet. Oftentimes it's very quiet, but there's a release that has happened, a symbolic death. Keep an eye on the time here. I will take one more deep breath in and then exhale. Just gently bring the legs back to center. You might want to move the hips a little bit to square them off. You might want to do a little windshield wiper here. Maybe, maybe not. If you're using the pillow or the blanket between the knees, it's going to stay there. We'll bring the knees once again up into the chest. And this time, the legs will fall over toward the right side of the space, left side of the space rather, my apologies. And you're welcome to grab hold of the right thigh with the left hand. The right arm comes out behind you in either a goalpost or T position. You're also welcome to look up at the ceiling or toward the knees if looking toward that back hand doesn't feel right for your neck. So just listen to yourself and trust yourself, trust your body's wisdom. And release what no longer serves me. Good. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, gently bring the body back to the center. You may decide you'd like to grab hold of the knees, maybe do a little, do little circles on the ceiling. That will help massage the lower back. And just switch up the direction when you feel ready. Wonderful. From here, we are making our way onto our side. So we're finding this alternative Shavasana. Typically, we would be on our backs, maybe something behind the knees. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to do that. But for today's class, we're ending this way. Now, I'm going to have a little blanket under my head, but you might want a little throw pillow for yours. Okay. And if you want, you can also cover yourself up with another throw or meditation blanket if you've got them. But it's just about pretty much just getting comfy here like this. And if you want to lay on your left side, you're welcome to do that as well. But basically, we're bringing the knees up. It's very much a fetal position. It's very much a nurturing, comforting, love yourself kind of position. We will be here for 7 minutes. So I'm going to get my little timer going. And I invite you just to bring your eyes closed if they're not already. I invite you just to envision the goddess as she watches over you. She watches as you rest in your winter cave. Here is where nothing is demanded. Here you are simply allowed to be. So feel free to remain here if you would like. If you're ready to make your way out of our side lying pose, I invite you to just take that top hand and gently press into the floor or the mat. And as slow as you can, we're going to find our way back up into our seated position. The head and the neck do come up last typically. So I invite you really to take that slowly. We don't want to rush right into a seated posture. It's a lot on the nervous system, and we just spent so much time calming our nervous systems, right? So we come into our seated pose, or maybe you decide to stay where you are, and that's okay too. Feel free to just take on these words and go on about your day or night or whatever the case may be for you when you feel ready. So let's go ahead and bring our hands together in the Anjali Mudra. We'll connect the thumbs with the sternum. Put a little smile on our faces and gently bow the chin down toward the chest, just honoring your body, honoring your sacred cycle and rhythm. Saying thank you to your body's wisdom for knowing when to let go, when to hold on, when to create, when to rest. What a beautiful gift. In honoring your body's winter, you honor the cycles of all life. May you carry the goddess's lantern in your heart, lighting your way gently back into the spring of your being. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.